Hello, bonjour, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to talk about the brand Mizensir today, which is a niche perfume house created by Alberto Morillas. And I'm really excited to present to you the brand a little bit more and also review a few of the fragrances that they sent me. And on this note, I would like to thank Mizensir because they have sent me an amazing, beautiful, generous package. I was so happy when I received it, and it was done with so much sophistication and elegance. It really represented the brand itself, which I'm going to show you in this clip in case you don't follow me on Instagram. In case you don't, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also check out Mizensir's Instagram and social media accounts and their websites in case you are interested in knowing a little bit more about their fragrances, because they have a lot of them. Also other fragrance products like candles, which I'm going to talk to you about today as well. Let's start with the video. So Mizensir has been created in 1999 by Alberto Morillas, and in case you're not familiar with him, he is the nose behind one of the most popular fragrances that have been created, like for example K1 by Calvin Klein, Cancer Flower, Gucci Bloom series, also some of the Gucci exclusive perfumes, Acqua di Gio, also Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. So you can tell that he is really the reason behind so many successes of a lot of designer fragrances. And he decided in 1999 to create his own brand. But not only that, but Alberto Morillas has also been announced Perfume of the Year of 2013 with his brand Mizensir. And the brand history is really beautiful because he actually started with his wife doing scented candles, and they have now a lot of different scented candles, but the original ones that he has created with his wife, I believe, are still available, which is Pain d'Épices and Sapin Noël, which is Christmas tree. And he said that one of his biggest inspirations is the different emotions, things that he experienced during his childhood, and also his gardens. And when he used to grow up, actually, which is really nice, his first meeting with some fragrance or cologne was actually when he used to go to school in Spain, in Seville, in Andalusia, where he partly grew up, because they used to comb the hair with some cologne. And obviously also the garden, he said that orange blossom, jasmine really also had an impact on his love for scents. What is really beautiful as well about the brand is that it's very attached to emotions, because obviously it started with creating candles with his wife, but it was also his daughter that motivated him and pushed him to create his own perfume brand. Because as an artist, when you create a lot of perfumes or art for other brands, then obviously your creativity is limited because you work for other brands. So when he started his own brand, he really could give his creativity free flow and really create what he always was meant to be creating. One of the things that I thought was really astonishing and really amazing is that when he used to be 20 years old, he went 21 years old, he works since a long time for Perfumes, which is one of the biggest producer, if not the biggest, for perfumes. And he actually got inspired by Vogue to create perfumes, thanks to Givenchy Guerlain. And when he realized that he really wanted to do this, he actually went to his boss at Firmenich, which was Mr. Firmenich at that point, and he told him that he needed to create perfumes. He wanted to learn how to be a perfumer, and his boss said, "But you never studied chemics. How would you able to know that?" But he said, "I don't know, but I need to do it." So this just goes to show, if you have a passion and you're really meant to do something, you are able to do it. And what I really admire as well is that he has a true recognition value and signature in his brand. And to explain that to you a little bit further, and why I'm really in love with perfumery and perfumes and fragrance products, is because for me perfume is art, and I really want to try to present that to you a little bit more. When we talk about, is a perfume worth it? Is it really worth it? It's not only about the perfume itself, it's about the history, it's about the experience of the perfumer, and it's about the love and the time that goes into the creative process. And when I talk about recognition value and signature, what I mean is, like, if for example you are a fan of Picasso or you are a fan of Klimt and you love their paintings, then you're able to recognize whether I don't know, XYZ is a painting of him, because there's a signature in the paintings that they do, and same goes in my opinion for perfumers. So you see that some perfumers that create the brand, you can really tell that there's a signature, and I have to say that there's a huge recognition values in his creations from Mizensir. So that's why I really urge you, if you love a sophisticated, classy, elegant brand that has a really deep-rooted love and emotion for the fragrance creation, then you should check out Mizensir before I even show you the fragrances. But now we're gonna go right into the products. I'm gonna show you the products that they've sent me and talk to you a little bit more about them. Before we go to the perfume, I'm gonna just show you the candle that they sent me, and also the other product, which was a disinfectant. I think I said this right, yes. Sometimes I switch between French and English, even German. I started with this beautiful candle, and that's how it looks. It's called Monte Deiser, which means a wind of the desert, or a desert wind. And you know, I'm not a person that hypes up things. I think it's so dangerous. I try not to, okay? I really try to be very objective, but I have to tell you, and I'm being honest with this, by the way, I am not paid to do this video. They sent me their products and I'm more than happy to review them. This is probably the best candle I've ever had in my life, and I'm not even gonna lie, it's so beautiful. I mean, I think they've seen my videos and they know my taste. This is very oriental, woody, and so elegant, and like I said, sophistication, authenticity, and elegance are the three words I would use to describe Mizensir fragrances. And I mean also the candles. And when I read a little bit about him, he actually wanted to create perfumes, like fragrance, like scented candles, because he felt like there are not a lot of good quality scented candles out there. And I am agreeing with this, because I love home fragrances and I used and tried a lot of them, and I feel like a lot of fragrances, they don't last. So once you burn them, okay, they last, and then you stop burning them and it just smells like burnt. It does not smell like any perfume, and even when you burn them, it just smells when you just sit next to it. And this one is just incredible, because I went to another room, and when I came back to the living room where I burned it, like the whole living room was smelling like this, and I've already used it. And I am scared to use it because I don't want it to be finished. I will definitely get another fragrance, and I'll definitely get another candle of this, because I'm obsessed with this. I love this. And if you look at their Instagram, they actually made a little video of how they made the candles, which is so beautiful, because it's all made with so much love, handmade and pan packaged. And so in case you want to get one thing from Mizensir, definitely check out their candles. If you love the same fragrances that I do, then Monte Deiser is the one for you. The other thing that they sent me that I told that you saw was the disinfectant oud, which is such a brilliant idea, because we've been now almost 2 years going on trying I always used to have a disinfectant in my bag even before Corona, but now having one that smells nice is just a big advantage. And they have different kind of smells, different kind of fragrances, but they sent me the oud one, which I'm more than happy to use. I'm really excited about this, because that's just, it's all in the details, and this smells like oud, and it's not to share, it's only for you. No, I'm joking, but it's beautiful. Very great idea. So make sure you get your hands on one if you place an order. So I'm going to review 4 fragrances. 3 of them they sent me as a full bottle, which is very generous. And then they sent me also a discovery kit. I'm going to talk to you about the fragrances. I had a first impression. I'm going to talk to you about the fragrance. We make a first impression of them, which I love first impressions. And then I'm going to review another one, which is this one, which is For Your Love. I need to review it because it's such a beautiful fragrance. Okay, let's start with the one that I already own, which is Perfect Oud. They were so kind to send me another bottle, which is obviously packed, and I'm not going to touch it until this is finished. And this was really kind of them to send it to me, because you'll know that this is one of my top favorite fragrances I own. For me this was a coup de cœur. Translation here, because it's so difficult to explain exactly what it means. But sometimes you smell a fragrance and the first sniff you don't really realize that you love it. You have to wear it, and then maybe in the heart notes the fragrance is gonna develop in the way that you love. But this one was really love at first smell. This one is the most sophisticated oud, wearable oud that I own, and I think wearable for everyone, not only for people that are aware of oud, but really also people that never had smelled oud. And what is really interesting when going on the website and reading about this fragrance, he actually didn't use oud itself, it was the smoke of the oud. And I think that would explain why it has an oud scent, but not a overpowering scent, and it's still very wearable and light but present at the same time. This for me lasts really long. I would say 8 to 12 hours minimum, and on my clothes even longer. I get compliments a lot when I wear this, and it's a unisex fragrance, really amazing to pair, and definitely a fragrance in my collection that I will repurchase. Now I don't need to, but I would repurchase. So the next one is musky one, which is very musk, this one, and I also really love that. So this one is really beautiful, and it's really, for me, this is it's like a journey you go on with this perfume, because when I first spray it, I will do that now. Wow, so when you first smell this, you're like, wow, this is so fresh. It reminded me immediately of mint, you know, the cold feeling again in winter, but it also reminded me of a greenish feel, like a foresty feel, but then it started to become so warm. It's like it came into your, it's like the fragrance came into your presence and it opened fresh and then overtook you. And what is really nice about it, that the top note is actually sage, which explains the fresh, the refined green top note, and then it actually goes into the amberxan kind of note, and the base note is obviously also some vanilla. So that is a really nice mix, which makes it a very woody, warm fragrance. I love this one. So it's exactly my taste. It's musky, elegant, and sophisticated again. But it's super nice. So if you love musk fragrances but you haven't come across a musk that's very fresh, you feel like it's really difficult to find a fresh one, which is true, then you should definitely get a sample of this, or even a full bottle, because wow, this is so beautiful. This is a very wearable mask as well for spring. You know, sometimes woody notes are difficult to wear in summer. I don't really mind, I wear whenever I feel like it, but I know a lot of people struggle. But this one, wow, this is so beautiful. Again, unisex, perfect for women, also for men. Wow, I love this one. I mean, it's just beautiful. You really need to check them out. Okay, so the next one is Sweet Praline, which is absolutely beautiful, and I tell you why. So this fragrance is a sweet but subtle fragrance, and when you go on the website they say it's nothing syrupy, and it's true. So when you hear of sweet fragrances, you probably immediately think of something syrupy, edible, almost a little bit, sometimes can go a little bit into tackiness. But this one, I tell you what this reminds me of. Okay, so this reminds me of the feeling I had the morning after my engagement, when I had breakfast with my love, and it was sunny, and I just felt light. I just felt light and content. And you know, sometimes we say, oh, this fragrance smells like falling in love. For me, this fragrance smells like being in love, because it's this lightness, this like content. You feel like you are one with air, and this one smells exactly like it. It's so beautiful. So if you're looking for a sweeter fragrance stuff, but it's still subtle and it lasts a long time, then this one is really a great choice. Also this floral, because it has jasmine sambac from China, it opens up with a raspberry note and again a little bit of muskiness to it. So I mean, if you love oriental fragrances but you also love the sophistication of it and you don't always want something that is too overpowering, Mizensir is the perfect brand. I know that they opened they started opening they opened in the UAE, and I wouldn't be surprised if their business is doing amazing there, because it just you know, it has an oriental touch, it has something to it, but it's still very I say oriental because it goes really into all the fragrances that I love, but it's still very there's a freshness to it, a floral like floral feel to it. But yeah, all I can say, this reminds me of being in love, like lightness, content, and really beautiful, a perfect wedding fragrance as well if you want to. And then another fragrance that I wanted to review is the For Your Love. And I have to tell you that all of the fragrances that I just showed you, I wore on a separate day from morning to night. I sprayed them on my clothes and all of them lasted really well. So I would say they last around 8 to 10 hours on my skin, and on the clothes is longer. I have this feeling on the first day of wearing a perfume, and then I have an olfactory adaptation, meaning I don't smell it anymore, but people around me do, and I am sure to ask people around me whether they smell it. So the next one I want to review for you is For Your Love. They sent me a sample, but I need a bottle of this. This is gorgeous, really amazing. So this one is For Your Love, and it honestly describes it really amazingly. If you need a Valentine's gift, or you need a gift for your anniversary, for your wife, for your woman, for your man, for your husband, you need to get this one. What I love about it as well, oh wow, it's so beautiful. I really need to get a bottle of this. It's so beautiful. So if you love Baccarat Rouge, you will probably really love this one. Not that they're similar in any way, they have just a similar vibe to it, if you know what I mean, because it's very mysterious, it's sweet at the same time, but it's still musky, so it's a very sensual perfume. This is a great nighttime fragrance. Actually, this reminds me of a dinner date in Geneva in summer, when it's a little darker and then you have a date on a rooftop somewhere. Again, it gives me just, all of its fragrances give me a very luxurious feeling. So this one is incredible. The silage of this is really amazing as well. So there's definitely a veil when you walk. Absolutely gorgeous. And top note is raspberry. Then there's also exalton, and exalton is actually, if I'm not wrong, a synthetics or a molecule that is for Firmenich, from Firmenich, and that is actually they describe it as a musky note that makes a perfume last longer, and it's absolutely beautiful. So need a bottle of this one, that's for sure. And so again, just to recap, I wore this over a few days. I wrote the perfumes each individual 4 days. If you're looking for more of a floral one and you like more of a lighter one, and you like a sweet one, again, that is a little bit of a treat, then you should definitely get Sweet Praline. Again, as well, the silage is really amazing. The projection is not immense if you want to, but it's a fragrance that if you walk past, people will turn and ask themselves what fragrance you wear. If you're looking for a fresh mask, then you should definitely check out Fairy Mask. Again, a very long-lasting fragrance. All of these have a very elegant and luxurious feel. And if you're looking for a perfect oud, then you need to get Perfect Oud. And then we want to talk about this discovery set. So I think when you purchase, you get this one, and I'm going to tell you which one I think is the best. So this is Golden Oud. This one is incredible. So if you're, I mean, you know, I think, again, I don't need to repeat what I think of the brand. I think they are amazing, but this one is a really amazing oud. And I have to tell you that I find it, you know, I used to have like Arabic brands, Middle Eastern brands, or North African brands that do oud, and he did an amazing job, I have to tell you. It's beautiful. So if you like perfect oud but you're looking for something a little bit more profoundish oud, a little bit more warmer, a little bit more rounder in terms of oud, then you should really get this one. I think there must be some floral notes because it makes the oud really round, and it's a very beautiful fragrance. Again, unisex, a man can wear this, a woman can wear this. I think this is amazing. Then we have Poudre d'Or with, oh wow. Oh, this is so beautiful. You know what this reminds me of? When you make your bed fresh in the morning or in the evening, whatever, you make your bed fresh. No, you know when you are in a hotel and the bed sheets are fresh and you lay yourself on the pillow. This is the feeling that it gives me, and it smells very powdery. There's a sweetness to it. I don't know if there's some vanilla. It's possibly true. This is a great wear time, like a daytime fragrance. Again, if you love powdery notes but you feel like a lot of powdery notes are very mature, then you should get this one, because this one is a very light powdery note. I love this one. I think this is beautiful. I think from now, if I would say I would get 2 other bottles, I would probably get For Your Love and Poudre d'Or, because this one is really beautiful. Then another one that they have in there is Masque Eternel. Okay, this one, I think there must be some almonds in there maybe, because this one reminds me of marzipan. So this one reminds me, you know, those pralines that you get in the patisserie, in a sweets shop or in a bakery. I don't know if you have patisserie. It's like the place where you get sweet bakery, basically. And if you get the pralines with marzipan, this is how it smells to me. Musky, woody, but it smells very crispy, marzipan, and again, very unisex, very beautiful as well. Then we have Incensum. Oh wow, okay, wow. Okay, so this reminds me of the Vatican. Incensum is also very, like a name that matches the perfume really well. I say Vatican because it reminds me of a perfume that of the incense that you have in the church or in the temple, in a holy place. And it also reminds me of a forest. You know when you walk through a forest and it rains and all of the scents that are in the forest come out so well? Incensum is definitely one. I would say this is probably more masculine, but there's no rules in perfume, so wear whatever you feel like. And if I would have to say, then I probably so when I look as well on the website, there were 3 fragrances that I really need to try, which is Solar Bloom, Luxury, and Très Cher. These 3 fragrances I had my eye on, and I will try them, and hopefully I will give you a feedback on them. But if I would have to get a perfume from the ones that I just tried, I would probably choose For Your Love and Poudre d'Or. The rest is amazing as well, but these were the 2 ones that I preferred the most. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this presentation of the brand and also the review. Make sure you comment below which Mizensir fragrance is your favorite and which Mizensir fragrance you would love to have if you don't have one. And make sure again to follow the Mizensir Instagram account, and also make sure you go on their website to check out a little bit more about their products. I link down all below the perfumes. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed filming this. This is definitely a format that I will do because I love fragrances, and I really want you to fall in love with the houses, with the art behind fragrances, because also you will, it just gives the perfume a lot more personality and also gives the artist a lot more credibility, because creating perfume sometimes can take up to 2 years, a lot of trials. So it is not something that is just created for like a day to another, and that's why I'm always very objective when reviewing perfumes, because you have to imagine when you paint a painting, we all see the painting with the same hue. We see this, we see the same painting, but with the scent, we don't smell always the same scent because of the pH level, because of our nose. Like, scent is something so personal and is so tied to the emotions. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also make sure you leave a heart down below, and also put the bell notifications on, because there's a review coming this week of another brand that you need to watch. So have a great day and hope to see you soon here again.